I've got to be honest with you, man. I'm a hardcore introvert. But the way I deal with it, I face it. Every single day. You want to grow? You've got to face your fears every single day. If you're overweight and you hate the way you look, the first step is accepting that reality: I'm overweight. I'm not happy. But understand that losing even just a few pounds is a huge win. You have to be patient. You have to stop comparing yourself to others. That's why social media is dangerous. It distorts your sense of progress. You start judging yourself against other people's highlight reels, their looks, their achievements, their lives. But this journey, it's yours alone. You're in a race with nobody but yourself. I used to have sticky notes all over my mirror. Not to compete with anyone else, but reminders like, yesterday you did this, today let's do that. I had daily goals, weekly goals, hourly goals. I even had a goal like, let's go one full day without lying. I lied a lot growing up. I just wanted to be accepted. But once you stop looking left and right, stop judging yourself based on what others are doing, that's when your mind clears. You realize, this is my path. My timeline. And you run that race on your terms. People see me on stage and think I'm fearless. But I'm not. I don't enjoy public speaking. I don't enjoy interviews. I stuttered badly as a kid. Even now, before something like this, I sit in the car for an hour, hyping myself up. I'm still that 6-year-old who froze on stage at a school play. But every day, I fight that version of me. When you see me on a podcast, locked in, intense, that's me trying not to run out the door. I'm not sadistic. I'm just doing everything I can to stay focused. Because I know what it feels like to quit. I know what it feels like to hide. And yeah, I've done a lot of extreme physical challenges, but those were easier. You do those alone. In your own head. That's my natural environment. Being alone. That's where I work best. I figured out how to push my mind, challenge it, build a mental toolbox that's unbreakable. But now, with people recognizing me everywhere, doing public events, being known, it's tough. It really is. But I do it because I have a message. Not because I'm gifted with charisma or a perfect life. I'm just real. I'm raw. I'm vulnerable. I want people to see that the guy you think is tough is human too. If I stayed quiet, people would assume I'm just some genetic freak or superhuman. But I'm not. I'm the opposite. I had no gifts. I'm not special. But I figured out how to turn nothing into something. That's what people need to understand. You don't need to come from greatness to do something great. People talk about the pull-up record. I did 67,000 pull-ups in training just to prepare. I failed twice before I finally broke it. The first time, I failed live on TV. I didn't care. I've failed so many times before, it was just part of the process. You want mental toughness? There's no trick. Just do things you don't want to do. Every single day. I hate running, so I ran 205 miles. Why? Because growth lives in discomfort. And if you can show up to that uncomfortable zone every day, that's where you evolve. But you have to be real with yourself. I'm afraid. I stutter. I'm overweight. I'm insecure. That's the starting point. And in that dark room where you face those truths, you start building a different version of yourself, a stronger one. You become someone who doesn't care what people think. Someone who knows their weaknesses, owns them, and walks forward anyway. You don't need to be Superman. But you do need to find your strength in the dark.